Hey guys, what's going on? Brother John here. Welcome to my channel. I've been doing some little digging around and found something on the U.S. Treasury website, and I'm not sure exactly what this all means, because this could be some very bad news, and it could mean that we're being duped. I'm not sure. I'm going to give you the link. Check it out for yourself. I want to send this also to a couple people I'm subscribed to who will know more about this, who are very, they're more analytical about this as far as charts and stuff like that, and history of gold and stuff like, But this is like, I don't know, man. I saw this and my freaking eyes popped out. And this is the status report of U.S. Treasury-owned gold. This actually tells you where the gold is, how much gold is there, and the book value of gold according to the Treasury Department. My question is, why is this book value so low? I'm going to read from the site. The status report of U.S. Treasury-owned gold. The gold report reflects gold bullion and gold coins owned by the federal government, summarizes the fine troy ounces and the book value of gold held by various facilities, identifies the value of gold coins and bullion on display at Federal Reserve banks, coins and bullion in reserve at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, and gold held by U.S. Mint facilities. Get this. The book value of gold is currently $42.222 per troy ounce. Yes, you've heard me correctly. $42.22 per troy ounce. The information used to compile this reporting is received from the U.S. Mint, Federal Reserve banks, and FMS. Now, the current report is from November 30th, 2012. And you click on that link. Again, this is the Financial Management Service of the U.S. Department of Treasury. And their current report has that the amount of gold held in deep storage in Denver, Colorado is 43,853,000 ounces, and with a book value of $42.22, comes out to only $1,851,600,000. In Fort Knox, 147 million, that's it, 147,341,858 ounces in Fort Knox, Kentucky. And at West Point, New York, 54,067,331. Then they have working stock, Mint held Treasury gold working stock, that's in all locations, the coins, blanks, miscellaneous stuff, at 2,783,000 ounces. Grand total mint held gold, 248,046,115 ounces. And gives you a whole bunch of other numbers with the gold bullion and the gold coins. And man, at the book value of $42 an ounce, Treasury-owned gold, they're having it worth only $11 billion. Now, I don't know what this all means. This was all last updated December 13th. It says deep storage of gold is the portion of the U.S. government-owned gold bullion reserve that the U.S. Mint secures in sealed vaults which are examined, get this, it says it's examined annually by the Department of Treasury's Office of the Inspector General. Deep storage gold comprises the vast majority of the reserve and consists primarily of gold bars. This portion was formerly called Bullion Reserve or Custodial Gold Bullion Reserve. Working stock gold is the portion of the U.S. government-owned gold bullion reserve that the U.S. Mint uses as the raw material for minting congressionally authorized coins and such on and on. So my question is, why is this only $42 an ounce book value? For what purpose? Now, there's a gentleman, let me see if I can get the link here. There's a gentleman called, hold on a second my friends, sorry. So I just told you where the gold is, what's it sitting on, and how much it's saying it's worth. But okay. Okay, here it is. There's a gentleman named Walter Burien, and he wrote something here in November 2011. Apparently, he is a ex-commodity trading advisor from 1978 to 92, and a commodity futures trader of 33 years. What he is claiming, hold on, I want to make sure I'm still recording here. Oops. Okay, we're still going, good. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to read a little bit from what he wrote then in November 2011. And here it is. When we start, okay, here he writes, people seem to forget that the dollar's barter exchange value has been circulated for decades, and hundreds of trillions of dollars worth of products and commodities have changed hands through the use of dollars every decade. The fact that the dollar is just an exchange barter tool since 1963, the date when they pulled the coinage in circulation, taking the silver and gold out of the public's hands, has not changed. Does anyone think the massive expansion of the economy would have taken place using gold as the barter tool over the same time period? Individuals' assets in 1955 were rather sparse and bare compared to the individuals' assets today. Inflation has taken root over the last 20 years due to the spiral of runaway growth and the effect of greed and unethical opportunity applied from and due to the boom periods where cash flowed as king, and as time went by, he who would cheat the other guy first walked with the kingdom of the booty. Within government expansion, the before mentioned was done quite well. The ethical and honest were pushed to the shadows to be ignored, and the greedy opportunists walked with the booty and became the power base who now call the shots. Per gold, what we are seeing at this time is the culmination of the 50-year plan. And he has another article on what that 50-year plan was. So I will give you links. People in general are not too bright. The public owns percentage-wise very little gold. In 1963-64, when we went off the gold and silver standard, the 50-year plan began. The commercial banks, large international families, and a few countries started to focus an organized effort to buy all the gold each and every year. Hundreds of tons per month as they manipulated to keep the price low. Come 1990, they were very successful in their focus and plan. I would estimate their stockpile of gold increased by over 20,000 tons, and they did so right up until 2000, getting the gold at an average price of $134 to $175 per ounce. When looking at gold, the parties mentioned above would own over 80% of the physical gold, and the general population less than 10%. Independent commercial interests, the rest. Well, it does not matter if you own all the gold in the world. If you cannot unload it in barter for other commodities or property, the value is nil. So here we go with 2001, and the stage is set and the play begins. Circumstances are forced to create fear. The sky is falling. Economic doom and gloom come 2008. The propaganda begins to condition many with parrot sound bite conditioning to belittle the dollar, and gold is what is needed as the barter tool with ever-increasing fever. Again, the general public is not too bright. Those commercial banks, large international families, and a few countries with gold hovering in the $1,600 to $1,800 per ounce pricing are standing on a potential profit of over 1,000%. They cannot sell tens of thousands of tons of gold, the gold they own, that 90% of what is held by them on the open market, or gold would plummet down to $10 an ounce overnight, possibly to $5 an ounce. The volume of actual physical gold sales taking place at these levels over the last year is very light compared to what has been stockpiled by the cartel. What you will see take place over the next 2 years, now remember this was written in 2011, November 2011, what you will see take place over the next 2 years is the promotion by the cartel to make the public believe it is essential to have a gold-backed currency. The parrots will be saturated with sound bites to parrot away screaming and demanding a gold-backed currency. International circumstances will be created to bring the fear level to the brink. Then in 2014, or possibly 2013, the powers that be will say, "We have heard your cries, and we must in good conscience yield to your demands. So here is your gold-backed currency, bait, hooked, landed, and fried." Now the cartel will have the liquidity to unload what they have stockpiled for 50 years as the country obtains the physical gold to back the currency. 1,000% plus profit locked in, and the public now becomes the bag holder. After the conversion is complete and the hoard unloaded, then the collapse in gold prices begins. He's saying from 2015 to 2016, with the true and real collapse of the dollar now taking place, backed by the quickly diminishing value of gold. The 50-year plan is complete, the wealth transfer accomplished for the cartel, and the public will be screaming and looking at who to point the finger of blame upon. The only one to blame in reality will be themselves for so easily being masterfully entertained by bait, hooked, landed, and fried. Break the conditioning, look at who owns all the gold. That old adage, he who owns all the gold makes the rules, applies, and believe me, you do not want them making the rules. But then suicide is on the rise nowadays. And that was written by Walter Burien. I will put a link below. You can search some more. There's a lot of different information on his site. You want to look around. But this is pretty interesting. Again, I'm going to have some other people hopefully look at it. Maybe you guys want to look at it and get your opinion, because I don't know what the hell's going on.